This is not ideal for you.
This is where I
But I
die.
cannot help but support the Necromancer here.
It's fine, we're on the last floor, right? So I'm not expecting a lot more anyway, and I've already gotten 3 tokens, so I'm doing good. So I think this was the outcome of me doing that one thing where you're picking up a bunch of corpses, but then you accidentally sell them to a Necromancer. I think that's what this came from. Sunken Catacombs. According to local rumor, the Necromancer has taken whole towns dead deep into the haunted bogs. You must traverse the disorienting marshes, open the cursed door, and then nobody knows what awaits behind that door. You traverse the disorienting marshes. Ooh.
Here we see
Oh my god,
wheel,
it's going fast.
Each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
Oh. I thought I was gonna make it. You slip and fall in the mud, landing awkwardly on your elbow. Owie. Continue your search. The rain soaks something damages your spirit. I pressed too fast. No. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is what I wanted. Yeah. You squeeze past a fallen swamp cypress and come face to face with a small stone door blocking the way into a cave. The door has no handle. Carved into the surface is a pair of stone hands cupped like a beggar. The palms are stained with dried blood. Use your blood. Life pain card. You slice your elbow and let the blood drip into the cupped hands. He's gotta get better at cutting himself, frankly. There's so many ways that he could offer a bit of blood without, like, overtly causing 10% of his life force of damage in the moment. He's really careless about how he cuts himself when he has to do minor blood sacrifices. Something clicks and the stone door grinds open. Steps lead down into a flooded cave, lit by smoking lanterns. You descend the slick stone stairs until you are standing knee-deep in chilly water. The air is thick with the stench of death. Keep going. You wade silently through the water, which is hard because water makes a lot of noise usually when you're walking through it. So it depends on how deep it is, I guess. Severed limbs in various states of decay bob on the surface of the water. Gross. The corridor ahead of you is blocked by a dangling spike trap. Cruel and jagged, it sways gently overhead, threatening to tumble down at the slightest provocation. Press on. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I can totally follow those cards. Alright, thanks. With a terrible snap, the jagged metal structure drops from the ceiling. Do I just die? Fewer pain cards than I was expecting. The cavern opens up beyond the spike trap. Abandoned corpse wagons are stored here, their contents spilled out into the tepid waters. Keep going. A burial shroud floats by as you slosh through the water. You continue through the cavern. A sinister chanting resonates in the distance. In the gloom, you barely stop yourself from walking into the path of a pendulous stone scythe swinging back and forth in the tunnel ahead. You spy a wooden lever on the other side. Old blood is caked on the blade of the heavy stone scythe. You think you could see a clump of hair. Jump through. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's fine. I'll take that over a red, frankly.
Poorly done. You must harness your will and find the quiet stillness inside you.
Oh no. You fling yourself back before the blade takes off your head. Too soon. Oh, you have to get the gold. Bad things happen if you hit a red. If you miss, then nothing happens. But you have to hit gold. Fuck. A little early. Half the time you don't even get a chance to get the gold because it's overlapped. Just as you think you are through, the blade smashes into you, knocking the wind from your lungs. Knocks the wind from my lungs as opposed to, like, stabbing me? Ow. But you are through. Gritting your teeth through the pain, you pull the lever, bringing the blade to a halt. This is not going well at the moment, but that's fine. I'm fine with starting over anyway at this late into the dungeon. The smell of death fills your nostrils and brings tears to your eyes. The chanting gets louder and louder as you step into a large chamber and come face to face with a macabre tableau. Tableau? I don't know the word. Corpses rise from a deep, wide pit as the Necromancer, his robes soaked with blood, manipulates them with dark magic, tearing flesh from bone. The chanting reverberates loudly through the cavern, its source unknown. Oh, a visitor. The chanting stops abruptly and the rising bodies tumble back into the pit. Hello there. The Necromancer wipes his bloody hands on a cloth, taking umbrage at your horrified stare. Oh, no, this isn't what it looks like. I'm trying to find this man, you see. I promised to resurrect him, along with his whole troop, but I can't remember any of their names. So I've been resurrecting anybody that I can. Hopefully he's one of them. Don't look at me like that. The system works. I've got a few of them already. The small group of skeletons wearing ancient armor wave at you sheepishly. This last chap is the only one left. Say what you want about me, the Necromancer sniffs, but I don't break promises. If you have a better idea, I'd like to hear it. Ask the skeletons? How foolish. They can't speak, but... Oh, but... He slaps his forehead in realization. They have hands and can write, presumably. The skeleton troop gestures at each other excitedly. The Necromancer hurries to the table, sweeps a torso onto the ground, and pulls out a quill. One of the skeletons walks to the tableau and awkwardly pens a name. Thrym the Vigilant. Oh, we've got it. The Necromancer dances around happily. This will save me a lot of time and pain. I get a lot of arrows shot at me, you know. Thank you. Here, you're from Hull, aren't you? He points at a familiar carriage across the cave, still piled with corpses you had collected. It should all be there, so you can take all the bodies back now. The Necromancer smiles. I know, you should take this lot out for a bit of fresh air and adventure. I won't need them hanging around for now. Just let them come home once in a while, see if their friend is back. The skeleton troop wave their spears and rattle their bones gleefully.
Well done.
Huh. I'm amused by the anticlimax where the scenario ends with them being all like, just chill about the whole thing, really. But, weird outcome. Death at the Mulberry Inn. Keep exploring. I don't have the blessing anymore to reveal my everything here.
Damage will persist unless you can find a meal to relieve yourself.
Didn't I already do this one? What? Why is it back? Did they ask me to put the wrong number of cards in the deck so that a duplicate shows up? Ha, I get Assassin's Blades, I guess.
Even to those awaiting it. I can tell you this with confidence.
Okay. I mean, it's a free piece of equipment for a really easy... I mean, I'm glad to have it in my deck. You get it seems to be a weapon consistently, but you get a weapon for a really easy gambit. I am going to die now. Okay, these are just dupes now. Decline.
Dwarves have never been purged by the Empire in the same way as other races. Frankly, they're too boring.
I find that odd. I thought the whole point is that they put it. He has a certain number of cards, and the encounter is a certain number of floors long, and I have a certain number of cards supposed to fill in the floors. And I thought that was the point. But he's dealing me dupes. I didn't think the game worked that way unless I was specifically playing one of those, like, basically infinite scenarios that loop forever or whatever. Dwarven Haggler. Your wanderings lead you to a dwarf weighed down with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. Let's trade, he suggests. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial agreement. Do you have anything for trade? Oh, there's the Angel's Feather. Right. Leave. Yeah, this is from the scenario where we're trying to... Was that called the Devil? That was the Devil, yeah. Anyway. Oh no, I've died. How'd that happen? Just gonna spare myself having to do the entire ending fight against a billion thieves. For saving the midwife from the ordeal by hot iron. Executioner's axe. For beating Thomas the ogre. Gladiator's visage. For rescuing the child from the fairy kingdom. Ring of the feast. Maybe that gives you more food, I hope. For convincing the Necromancer to stop stealing corpses, your supplies have been added to. That's a very long... It's such a long line of dialogue they had to reduce the font size. That's funny. Necromancer's call is a blessing? Interesting. I assume that it's like Estrella's reinforcements cards. Should it reset my position? I gotta remember what scenario that was. The Hierophant, there we go. I assume that it's, let's see, Fate's... I'll get rid of Brigand's Blades since I don't really need them, but I want Fate's Path, because it... First of all, it's a blessing, so it can help you with some scenarios where that cost blessings, but also it helps me reveal the scenarios I want to find. Yeah, let's try it. Prior to combat, optionally draw a skeleton ally card. You can... Yeah, I can use it 3 times. Yeah, the moment that he said, like, take these guys out for a spin, I figured that's what we were going for. What's the questing base? Northerners. I'll get rid of that at some point. I know what you are, and you are, and you are, and you are. But I don't know what you guys are yet. So let's add you, and you, and you, and you. I beat that one. I learned what that is. I beat that one. I know what that is. I beat that one. Cool. Did terribly at the Mechanical Oddity one. Gambler Hansel and the Peasant King. So we're running out of tokens now. It's down to those guys, basically. Okay. I don't remember. I've done Gambling Hansel a few times, right? I just don't know what the... I don't know if I know which part of it is supposed to be leading to the outcome. So now we're going to go to new. Wine of the Gods. Whatever it is, I only have to take one look at it because it doesn't have a token. The Black Cauldron, Return to Rumstock, Mystical Island, Mystery Chest.
It is astounding what fame and the love of fame can lead to.
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Just gonna reset that one real quick. It didn't register to me that that was even a new thing. I failed anyway, so it's fine. I have to retry it anyway because I failed. So if I want to see what it does, I still have to come back with 6 fame apparently. But I was in so much of the button mash through the intro mode. I didn't register that that was one of the new cards I'm trying to learn about. There we go. All right. Goblins. Oh. No. Go away. Oh. Yeah, sure. Bring me an army of goblins just so I can, you know, enjoy their company? Oh, wait. What's my starting weapon? I don't know what my weapon is because I got... Okay. That's the generico one. Now I have the zombos. Ow. There's a lot going on the screen. Ow. I'm really focused on trying to get to the goblins that I'm like surprised every time my character gets stuck on someone else entirely. Goblins? No, stop changing targets. As expected, the skeletons are fucking awful. Because all they ever do is die, like, instantly in every scenario, so... of course, the skeleton bodyguard buff is kind of crap. Maybe it's a minor distraction you can deploy in certain scenarios, but generally I think having, like, food or whatever is probably a better start.
A mighty hero lost to the ages left these. May you wield them as well.
Thunder's Talons, or Thunder's Talons. Lightning Storm. Create a damage area that lasts for 6 seconds when activated. Areas cause extra damage to Corrupted. Lightning Finisher. Defeat Corrupted with a finisher or destroy their armor to create an arc of energy that damages nearby enemies. Neat. Otherwise it's a light weapon. I like chain lightning spells and whatnot.
Cards like this are where the mechanics of the game blend with your own memories to offer opportunities you may not have else considered.
The Black Cauldron. On a little-traveled Imperial road, there sits a dilapidated tavern known as the Black Cauldron. The few patrons are quiet, sullen folk who barely look up to register your arrival. We have little to eat or drink and no rooms to rent, the bartender offers, helpfully. Ask about blessings? I wouldn't know about any of that mumbo-jumbo, he replies casually, but we do run a small trade in equipment out back. Why don't you have a look? Behind a tattered curtain, you spy a dusty storeroom full of worn and battered equipment. A man and a woman, as ancient and run down as their stock, serve as proprietors. As you enter, the woman peers closely at you, then nods to the man, saying they have been touched by gods. The man smiles warmly. Welcome, friend. What can we offer you today? So trade 3 equipment for 1 blessing or 1 blessing for equipment. Let's trade the skeleton warriors. The woman performs a series of arcane gestures over your heart. That one. Let's see what we have to offer, the man says, revealing a hidden stash of items. I'll show you the good stuff since you clearly aren't an Imperial stooge. Ooh boy. I get to just have... How many items do I get to have? They said you could trade 3... They said you could trade 3 equipment for 1 blessing, but I don't know if I'm going to get 3 if my blessing's going to get 3 equipment. Arcane Edge. Shit. Alright, I can look at what they all are, which accomplishes my primary goal. It does a knockdown. When it has full charge, it does bonus damage, which means that you might be better off just getting to full damage and then just not using your finisher. 22 damage. Dionysus' Revenge. Causes full weapon damage to all enemies when activated. If an enemy is killed, gain an extra usage. Oh, it's an artifact, not a shield. I thought it was a shield. Alright. So it does your weapon damage in an AoE. Huh. Interesting skill weapon, basically, because you can use it against an enemy, do some AoE damage. Oh, weird. Okay. It's not an AoE attack, it affects every enemy, period, at the same time. And then if somebody dies as a result, you get a charge back. So if you weaken a bunch of people, then you use it and get some executions out of it, then you get a bonus. Meteor Strike. Barrage. Summon a meteor swarm that lasts for 9 seconds. Each strike causes 20 damage. Deals 50% more damage to Northerners. 3-time usage. Knockdown Bomb. Throws a bomb that causes knockdown to a single target and damage to an area when activated. Less effective against Corrupted. Well, that one's neato. So I kind of want to look at that. Although your lightning one, I'm never gonna have that much fame though.
So much revenge permeates the world these days. I cannot help but feel responsible.
So you get 2 items for 1 blessing. Travel in peace, the man says as you depart. The bartender gives the barest a nod of acknowledgement as you leave the tavern. The far north. Yeah, let's ignore that again. I don't have food. Go on a job, air quotes. Goblins? Oh. Hey, look, it's the exact thing I try to avoid. Oh, well.
Next time, bring more food.
Joke's on you, I'm not invested in whether I survive or not. Washa! That's wow, that's not good damage when you're using a starting weapon, is it? No, it's pretty encased in fire at that point, wasn't I? Stop trying to take my stuff. Where's the... There he is. I'm like, there's one more goblin, right? There he is. Gotcha. What are we gonna get?
As you travel, you will find fame and infamy follow you. Not yet, however.
Ram shield, 8 defense, and it's better at being anti-armor. So it just gives you a bonus. I feel like I'll never use that one. The one that gives you a bonus weapon charge is probably a better priority for me, like, in every case. Anyway, we'll try Meteor Strike if I get a chance.
These tokens represent the expansion of the game. More options, more cards, more opportunities.
I don't think a good thing has ever happened if I get out of the way and let the guards attack Hansel. At most I get like a handful of scraps. Let's try to defend him. I assume that's what we have to do. Because all the guards and the Empire folk are all mad at Hansel. Sup? Oh, it happens around me. I thought I'd have to aim it. Joke's on you guys. AoE. Well, that'd be really nice to use against a large group of enemies. Well, I think one of them got killed by the meteors. So Ariadne, pro tip, don't slap the mage if we find her again, please. A man who cheats has no honor, the Northerner says, matter-of-factly. He will not cheat me again. Oh right, it goes from being guards to being a Northerner, I remember that. Stop the Northerner from escaping with the gold. This is where I messed up before. Oh, fuck. Ha!
That will set you in good stead from here.
With the Northerner weighed down with gold, you manage to drag him to the ground. An Empire captain arrives with a dozen men and separates you both, as well as taking the bag of gold. Looks like Hansel's swindling days are over, but at least we've caught his 2 accomplices fighting over the spoils. Oh, you're stupid, I get it. Several hours of questioning and accusations pass before you are reluctantly released. Keep your sword out of other people's business next time, the captain remarks as you leave. Alright, well that's not the correct thing to do, apparently. This one's gonna take a while, I think. General store. Let's go ahead and change floors. It'll eat one of my food, and I don't need that. Oh, there's the exit. Mystery chest, goblins, general store, mystical island. Cool, I can avoid goblins. That'll be nice. I did not mean to go that way, whoops. Let's buy food though, because I'm gonna starve. And starving's bad for you. Pro tip, starving's bad for you. Wanderer's Bounty. Defend adds 1 weapon charge. Gold is added to a random encounter at the start of each new map. Neat. Otherwise it's a reflect. Jousting Armor. Optionally retry any precision gambit with increased difficulty. Oh god. It gets harder. Gain +1 fame every time you gain fame. Neat. But you have to already have 14 fame. Fuck. What do you need fame for at that point when you already have 14? I haven't really seen stuff where that would be useful. Complete... Oh... You have to complete strength with this item to unlock the token. I'm gonna have to replay strength at some point. Probably just off camera, because frankly, who gives a shit at this point at watching that scenario anymore? I don't even want to do commentary over it. But I have a helm that needs to be upgraded at strength, and now this jousting armor needs to be upgraded at strength for tokens. I don't need to buy this right now. Pretty much good to go.
Do you know, in all my years, I have never set to sea. The land seems safer, if you ask me.
You seem like one of those irritating people that just claims that everything that you've ever done is the smart thing to do because self-confidence bias or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Mystical Island. After several hours of competitive drinking, an old cartographer has become your new best friend. Come sail with me, he slurs. I know secrets. We just need a deckhand or 3. How many of you are there anyways? When you sober up, you decide to investigate his tale of a mysterious island that rises from the depths of the sea every 7 years. You will need a ship. Here's some gold. See what you can find. It seems you've been recruited to be an aspiring captain with no crew. You gain 2 gold to procure a ship. Or 20, not 2. You approach a group of seafarers unloading their ship. Their captain's face is creased and weathered from too many years spent staring into the ocean. Tell them you have a treasure map. Treasure, you say? The captain is intrigued. Well, I will provide ship and crew, but all the treasure we find is ours. You convince them to set sail immediately. After a long voyage, you spy land on the horizon. Well, if all the treasure is his, then why am I even doing this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I got that one way further than I thought. I should have done it probably like 3/4 instead of like half a circle. With little warning, a storm rolls in, engulfing the island. Your shipmates seek shelter below deck, but as you rush to do the same, a forceful gust slams your head against a swinging beam. The dealer moves you to a random encounter card. Oh. Fuck. Well, I guess I did get to do goblins after all. When you come to, you find yourself abandoned on the coast of the mainland. Great. With a snap, you feel something being yanked off your person. You've been ambushed. Well, I guess we'll never see what was on that island. Well, now that I've done it once, it'll now explain to me on the screen what it actually accomplishes. And I can use that information to my benefit. It's kind of funny that I'm fighting the Anarchists of Greed group, and I'm showering the fight with fire. I see no reason not to, because I'm not expecting a lot of fights to begin with in this scenario. Ow. My gold. Screw you guys. It really feels less like I'm wielding a sword and more like I'm clubbing people with a flat piece of metal, which is probably more accurate anyway. Unfortunately, your purse feels much lighter. Can't wield you until I get 14, which will never happen, so let's get Wanderer's Bounty, which gives you +1 weapon charge and some gold sometimes. Neat. Hey, food.